November 3rd, 2024. Riverside Nursing Home, Birmingham, Alabama. Joseph Joe. Walker died at 3:47 a.m. Quietly. No fuss. The way he lived his last 10 years. The night nurse, Patricia, found him during rounds. Peaceful. Holding his old unit photo. 82nd Airborne, Normandy, 1944. Any family? The funeral director asked. Patricia checked the file. None. Wife died in 2008. No children, no relatives listed. Friends? He never had visitors. 10 years here? Not one visitor. The funeral was scheduled for November 10th, one day before Veterans Day. Intentional. Patricia thought at least someone might come. Anderson Funeral Home prepared for an empty service. They'd done it before. Too many times. Old veterans dying alone. The obituary was small. 3 lines in the Birmingham Herald. Joseph Walker, 94, World War II veteran, 82nd Airborne. No services planned. Burial at Alabama National Cemetery. But Patricia couldn't let it go. She'd watched Joe for 10 years, saw him salute the flag every morning from his window, heard him whisper names in his sleep. Bobby, Timothy, Richard, Frank. His unit, she thought. He's calling his unit. November 7th, 3 days before the funeral. Patricia did something she'd never done. She posted on Facebook, "My patient, Joseph Walker, World War II veteran, died alone. He jumped into Normandy, fought at Bastogne, earned 2 Purple Hearts, a Silver Star. He has no family, no friends. His funeral is November 10th, 10 a.m., Anderson Funeral Home. Can we give him the goodbye he deserves?" She expected maybe 20 people, maybe 50. She was wrong. Within an hour, 100 shares. Within 6 hours, 1,000 shares. By midnight, 10,000 shares. Comments poured in. "My grandfather was 82nd Airborne. We'll be there. Driving from Texas. No veteran dies alone. 101st Airborne Association mobilizing. Expect 200. Marine here. Different branch, same family. See you there." A local news station picked it up. Then national news, CNN, Fox, ABC, WWII, veterans' funeral goes viral. The Pentagon called Anderson Funeral Home. "We're sending an honor guard." Full military honors. The 82nd Airborne current commander called. "We're sending a delegation." He's one of ours. November 9th, the night before. Anderson Funeral Home panicked. They had 40 chairs. They called Patricia. "We might have a problem." "How many are coming?" "We don't know." The Facebook post has 2 million shares. The city of Birmingham stepped in, moved the funeral to Veterans Memorial Park, set up screens, sound systems, portable facilities. Hotels reported being booked solid. "It's like the Super Bowl," one manager said, "but for a funeral." Local restaurants announced free meals for anyone attending in uniform. The police estimated 5,000 might come. They underestimated. November 10th, 5 a.m. They started arriving in darkness. First, a lone biker, Vietnam veteran, from California, rode 3 days straight. Then, a bus from Kansas, 40 Korean War veterans. Then, convoy from Fort Bragg, active duty 82nd Airborne, 300 soldiers. By 7 a.m., Veterans Memorial Park was transforming. American flags everywhere, hundreds, then thousands. Food trucks arrived, refused payment. For Joe, they said. A World War II B-17 bomber requested special permission to fly over. Granted, 8 a.m. Something extraordinary happened. 2 buses pulled up, windows dark, the doors opened. World War II veterans, wheelchairs, walkers, oxygen tanks. The youngest was 96. "Where did you come from?" a reporter asked. "Everywhere," one answered. "When we heard one of us was alone, we came." One man, 101 years old, wearing his original uniform. It still fit. "I knew Joe," he said suddenly. Everyone stopped. "You knew him?" "We jumped together." D-Day. Lost track after the war. Thought he died in Bastogne. Been looking for him for 70 years. Found him today. His name was Anthony Toretti. Brooklyn. Last survivor of Joe's unit. I promised I'd find them all. Joe was the last one. 9 a.m. Cars couldn't get close. The crowd was estimated at 5,000. Then the motorcycles arrived. Rolling Thunder. Vietnam. Veterans. Motorcycle Club. American Legion Riders. Marine Corps League Riders. The sound was deafening. Beautiful. Police estimate updated 7,000 people. 10 a.m. exactly. The hearse arrived. Simple casket. American flag draped. The crowd fell silent. 7,000 people, pin drop quiet. The honor guard lifted the casket. 6 soldiers, current 82nd Airborne. The walk to the memorial took 20 minutes. The path was lined with veterans. Every war, every branch, every age. As the casket passed, each veteran saluted. A child asked loudly, "Mommy, who is he?" A veteran answered, "He's all of us." The formal service began. But first, Anthony Toretti was wheeled forward. "I need to say something." They gave him the microphone. "Joe Walker saved my life. January 2nd, 1945. Bastogne. Germans had us pinned. I was hit. Couldn't move. Joe ran through machine gun fire. Dragged me to safety, got hit twice doing it." He paused, composed himself. "I named my son Joseph. My grandson Joseph. My great-grandson Joseph. All because of this man." He pulled out a photo. Old, worn. Showed it to the crowd. "This is Joe and me. 1945. After Bastogne. We promised we'd find each other after the war. I looked. For 70 years I looked." His voice broke. "I'm sorry I'm late, Joe. But I'm here now. We're all here." The 82nd Airborne commander spoke next. "Private First Class Joseph Walker, Normandy, Bastogne, Rhine Crossing, 2 Purple Hearts, Silver Star, Bronze Star, Combat Jump Badge, Presidential Unit Citation." Each medal was placed on a display. But his greatest achievement, he came home. He lived. He remembered. A historian had researched Joe's unit, found something remarkable. Joe wrote letters to the families of everyone who didn't come home. 43 letters. Every year. Until the families passed. Then he wrote to their children. Then their grandchildren. A woman stepped forward from the crowd. "My grandfather was Bobby Hensley. Died in Joe's arms in Normandy. Joe wrote my family every D-Day for 60 years. He was the only connection to my grandfather we had." Another person. "Timothy Marshall was my uncle. Joe sent us Timothy's watch, his letters, his photos. Kept them safe for 50 years. More people came forward, dozens, all connected to Joe's unit, all kept alive through his letters. Patricia, the nurse, spoke last. "I thought Joe died alone. I was wrong. He carried all of you with him. Every day. I heard your names, Bobby, Timothy, Richard, Frank. He called for you every night. You were always with him." The formal service ended. Taps played. The B-17 flew over, low, loud, magnificent. 21-gun salute. The flag was folded. But who would receive it? No family. Anthony Toretti raised his hand. "I'm his family. We all are." The general presenting looked at the crowd. 7,000 people. You're all his family. He made an unprecedented decision. We'll place it in the 82nd Airborne Museum. It belongs to everyone. As they lowered the casket, something happened that made international news. All 7,000 people saluted. Held it. 3 minutes. Complete silence except for the flags in the wind. Then, starting softly, someone began singing. Amazing Grace. 7,000 voices joined. The funeral director later said, "In 40 years, I've never seen anything like it." The funeral made global news. 7,000 strangers attend veterans' funeral. Facebook post leads to largest military funeral in decades. No veteran dies alone, America shows up. But the real impact came after. Patricia's Facebook post led to a movement. #, no veteran. Dies alone. A national database was created. Veterans without families registered. Communities adopted them. Within a month, 10,000 veterans registered. All found families. Anderson Funeral Home was donated $500,000. They created the Joseph Walker Fund, free funerals for abandoned veterans. The city of Birmingham created Joseph Walker Day, November 10th. Every year, the 82nd Airborne named a building after him, Walker Hall. But the most remarkable discovery came 2 weeks later. Cleaning Joe's nursing home room, they found a box. Inside, every letter he'd received, hundreds, from the families he'd written to, and a journal. Last entry, November 2nd. One day before he died. I'm ready. I kept my promise. I remembered them all. I told their stories. I connected their families. My war is over. I'm going to see the boys. The final page had 43 names. His unit. All crossed out except his own. Below it, last one out, turn off the lights. Anthony Toretti died 6 months later. His funeral, 10,000 attended. His last words, "Tell Joe I'm coming." They were buried side by side. The 2 slots they'd reserved in 1945, finally used. The headstone reads, Joseph Walker and Anthony Toretti, together in war, separated in life united, in death no one fights alone. Every Veterans Day, people still come, leave flags, coins, letters. Last year, 1,000 visitors, because Patricia was right. No veteran should die alone. And thanks to 7,000 strangers who showed up on a November morning, Joe Walker didn't. He never did. He had family. He had all of us. Since Joe's funeral, over 500 abandoned veterans have received full military honors through the hashtag #NoVeteranDiesAlone movement. Not one died alone, not one ever will.